Today we're breaking down the Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra's biggest leak yet, an official render animation that finally shows the new privacy display in action and what it could mean for design. Specs, colors, release timing, and pricing across the entire Galaxy S26 lineup. Imagine initiating a bank transfer on a packed subway or uploading private photos in a crowded cafe without worrying about prying eyes. That's the promise of Samsung's privacy display. And for the first time, we've seen it move thanks to an animation discovered inside one of Samsung's SOC apps. Leakers reportedly tricked the updated Tips app into thinking it was running on a Galaxy S26 Ultra using a rooted phone, which surfaced hidden references and the official animation of the feature. Here's how it works. Think of it like a smart, built-in privacy screen protector that tightens viewing angles so only you, looking head-on, see the content clearly. Tilt the phone off, axis top, bottom, left, or right in the display dims dramatically, obscuring sensitive information from people nearby. The Tips app also includes Samsung's own description of the feature and renders showing the S26 Ultra's front with subtly more rounded corners. The animation emphasizes brightness changes based on angle. And it's clear this isn't just a cosmetic trick, it's functional privacy that adapts in real time. Unlike a physical film, privacy display is customizable. You'll be able to turn it on per app. Think banking, password managers, private galleries. Let AI trigger privacy automatically in predefined situations, like public transit-specific locations. Or at certain times, dial in how aggressive the dimming should be based on your environment. If there was any doubt, there shouldn't be now. Privacy display is coming to the Galaxy S26 Ultra. Let's talk colors, materials, and the frame. A fresh leak suggests a bold shift. Samsung may be phasing out titanium for the S26 Ultra's center frame, moving back to an aluminum alloy. Starting with the S24 Ultra and continuing through the S25 Ultra. Samsung leaned into titanium, especially after Apple introduced it on the iPhone 15 Pro and kept it for the iPhone 16 Pro line. But with rumors that the iPhone 17 Pro series reverted to aluminum and now, Samsung following suit, it appears both companies see modern aluminum alloys as the more balanced choice for durability, weight, cost, and thermal performance. As for finishes, expect 4 striking colorways with names that sound every bit as premium as they look. Black Shadow, White Shadow, Galactic Blue, and Ultraviolet. As usual, Samsung.com is likely to host a few online exclusive shades for buyers who want something less common. Between the updated palette and a refined metallic frame, the S26 Ultra aims to look fresh without abandoning the clean, minimalist Ultra identity. Design-wise, continuity is the theme. Early dummy units show a device closely aligned with the S25 Ultra, a large, flat display. Crisp, squared-off silhouette, and smooth, precision-milled edges. One notable visual tweak appears at the rear. Some leaks show a slightly more pronounced camera housing that lifts the camera cluster further from the backplate. Other sources claim Samsung is still testing a flatter configuration, suggesting final hardware may still be in the polishing phase. One interesting detail from the dummy photos. For the first time, the S26 and S26 Ultra appear to share the exact same corner curvature radius, bringing a more unified visual language to the lineup. Expect an oval-shaped camera island on the S26 with 3 sensors mounted cleanly and consistently across the family. About that naming shakeup. After months of speculation, it looks like Samsung is sticking to its established 3-model approach: Galaxy S26, S26 Plus, and S26 Ultra. Rumors of an Edge-branded return seem to be on pause. If an Edge device appears at all, it may launch later as a separate, standalone model rather than alongside the main S26 trio. Let's get into performance and core hardware. The S26 series is widely expected to feature Qualcomm's Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 in most global markets. with Samsung's own Exynos 2600 SoC, powering devices in South Korea and select regions carrying on the dual-chip strategy. Multiple reports point to a significant memory bump this year. 16 gigabytes of RAM across the lineup, a real leap over recent generations. Storage options should feel familiar, starting at 128 gigabytes and scaling higher for power users and creators who want more onboard space. Battery life and charging get smart. Steady upgrades. The S26 Ultra is said to adopt a higher density stacked battery, design aimed at longer life without ballooning the chassis. While wired charging is expected to remain capped at 45 watts, Samsung is clearly optimizing efficiency, thermals, and long-term battery health rather than chasing headline wattage. It's a sensible move that aligns with the Ultra's reputation for reliability and endurance. Cameras follow a proven formula with thoughtful refinements. On the Galaxy S26 and S26 Plus, expect hardware that's broadly consistent with the previous generation, ensuring continuity in image quality and computational tuning. The S26 Ultra, however, is poised for sensor-level improvements while keeping megapixel counts similar. That means better signal-to-noise performance, sharper texture rendering, and more precise color under challenging light without sacrificing the signature Samsung look. The net effect: clearer photos, cleaner low-light results, and more consistency from lens to lens. Software will ship current. All Galaxy S26 models are expected to launch with the latest Android build and a refreshed One UI experience out of the box, layering Samsung's AI smarts on top of Google's platform. Between on-device intelligence and cloud-assisted features, anticipate smarter suggestions, deeper privacy controls, and seamless integration with the new privacy display settings. Release timing lines up with Samsung's recent cadence. The Galaxy S26 series is tracking for a debut in the late January to early February window, matching the winter flagship cycle that delivered the S24 and S25. There's no unpacked date officially announced yet, but the consistency of past launches suggests the lineup is nearing the final prep stage. Pricing is where strategy gets interesting. Samsung has reportedly wrestled with component price increases, DRAM supply pressure, and tariffs, but internally, the goal has been to hold the line on launch pricing in the US. If that plan sticks, it would mark the fourth year running without a hike on Samsung's flagship phones. The trade-off? A projected 10% to 15% hit to hardware margins, potentially cushioned by strong profits in DRAM and NAND. Outside the US, things look different. In Samsung's home market of South Korea, a weaker won points to likely price increases. And similar pressure could lead to higher tags across Europe and parts of Asia. The pricing strategy reportedly extends to the Galaxy Z Fold 8 and Flip 8 later in 2026 as well. It's hard to ignore the competitive context. Apple's decision to keep iPhone 17 pricing steady has almost certainly influenced Samsung's calculus, as both companies court premium buyers while bulking up their foldable strategies. Holding prices steady in the US could be a crucial lever to keep Galaxy users from drifting while Apple's first foldable iPhone looms.